Happy Tuesday. I was having a little tough connection problem there. Anyways, I'm Nancy Yawner with Love to List and Keller Williams Realty, where I come to you on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock from the heart of my home, my kitchen, and where I share a little bit of real estate, a little bit of health, and a little bit of home with you. And I always get so excited when I get to come in and bring a little extra added value to you. And today we have a little bit different bent on it. I advertise that you can, oh, hey, Helena. Nice of you to pop in. Anyways, where you can ask me anything about a little real estate, a little bit of health, and a little bit of home. And thank you for your questions. Hey, Vicki, I look forward to seeing you next week. And congratulations, big stuff happening in your life. So anyways, before we get started on Ask Me Anything, I did have some people send me questions. If you have something here you want to ask me, feel free to do so. Before I get into that, I just want to thank everyone for your continued support. We have several new homes coming to the market this month, anywhere from $450,000 to $3.5 million. We have townhomes to a beautiful farm in Loudoun County. So grateful to all of you for your support. Anyhow, also, I did want to tell you too, next week I will be having an appointment at 4:30, so I will be on the road. And so for my live, I will be in my car. And between now and next week's live, I'm going to be offering this as a little raffle. And this is a company that I support here in Purcellville. And it's Melissa Franklin. You guys know I've talked about her shop before. She does makeup, if you need, it's a wedding season, graduation season, so she does makeup for people. She has products to sell, and she has a beautiful boutique of clothes as well. And some household fun gift items. So this we're going to be raffling off, and I'm going to tell you that there's 2 questions. You can pick one question. If you answer it and send me a note on Facebook, and you'll be entered into the drawing. But this is some facial mask. This lip gloss is wonderful, and there's a lip mask that is really nice as well. And then there's this kind of fun keychain that came from her shop. So it makes a nice Mother's Day gift, something for yourself, something for graduation. Anyhow, so we'll be doing that next week from my car. All right? All right. So the first question I have here is how important is curb appeal when putting your house on the market for sale? And actually, I consider this as being one of the top 3 important items. Putting the curb appeal is so important. Of course, first impressions are lasting, right? And then it's also an opportunity to set the stage, right, before you go into the home. And I did write down 7 little areas that for really no money at all, you can really make a big impact on your curb appeal. So number 1, make sure if you have a mailbox, that your mailbox is sitting up straight, okay? And then also you really would this does cost a little bit, but it's worth it. It's a little bit of money for a big impact, and that is change out your hardware on your front door, your door handle, your door knocker, and if you have a kick plate, update that, make it nice and fresh and shiny, and maybe update the color to what's in trend. So that's important. If you have railings going up the steps to your home, go ahead and secure those railings because that's important. It's just a little feature that someone may notice that maybe a house hasn't been taken care of. So you want to make sure your railings are nice and secure. Of course, clean all your light fixtures. Oh, hey, Michelle. And make sure your light fixtures are nice and clean and sparkling. The light bulbs in there are clean and all in your light fixtures. no light bulbs out. Of course, no cobwebs around the front door or the stoop. And then trim your landscaping, of course, and have a fresh cut of your lawn. And you don't have to put out a lot of flowers. Just even one pot of flowers is just really a nice touch. And one thing is people don't realize you can tell a home where people go in from the garage all the time. You can really tell when a front entrance isn't used. So if you're one of those people that always go in through your garage, please pay extra attention to the front entrance of your home, okay? So I hope that helps you with that question. It is very, very important. One of the top three, the other I would say would be declutter and paint. So anyways, then I had someone ask me, oh, hey, Sue. This is a good time to look or buy, or if waiting. Now that's a good question. I have a buyer question down here, so let me answer that in just a minute. Hey Kelly, how you doing? I had someone ask me 2 personal questions. I wasn't expecting that. It's supposed to be a little bit about real estate and health and home. But I guess this is my home and this is my life, so it's personal. So the first question is what's one thing that I like about me? You know, that's an interesting question because I think it's so easy to think about what we don't like about ourselves, right? Boom, boom, boom. You can usually just name them quickly, right? But you have to kind of think about what it is you do like about yourself. Well, my answer is that I am a natural encourager. I really like to make people feel special and important, and I love to lift people up and bring a positive light to someone's day. So I would say that's something that I like about me. And then the second question is, how much do I love being a Nina? Do you guys know what a Nina is? A Nina is a grandmother. So I am a grandmother to 4 kids. The oldest just turned 17, and they're all such wonderful kids. And so how much do I love being a Nina? It is like off the charts, especially when you think about the history that I have, because I made a decision to place my daughter for adoption, and I never knew if I would have had the opportunity to, spend time with my grandchildren. So I have to say it makes it extra, extra special. So thank you, Jen, for those questions. Anyways, okay. Another kind of decorating, getting your house ready for market type question. What is the top decorating mistake you see in bringing a home to market? Well, this is a great question. And the reason why I think it's a great question is because one of the biggest mistakes I see is people selecting the wrong paint colors or the wrong floor coloring, the wrong countertop coloring. So really, to me, I can't tell you how many times I've been on an appointment, and I actually had this happen one time where the seller was so excited. They had just painted the trim on their house, but the color they painted was so not right. And I had to tell them that they're gonna actually have to repaint it. And so really the biggest mistake that I see is that sellers do not reach out to their agent far enough in advance. I always say it's never too soon to call your agent and get advice on these type of things. Oh, hey, Teresa, nice to talk with you. Matter of fact, you were very helpful in discussing this with you today. It is amazing. Teresa is my #1 stager. And it is amazing how so many people make these decisions without consulting us. And if they consulted us in advance, it would actually save them money. Also, it's amazing how quickly trends shift, right? So you really want to make sure that you get professional advice. A lot of times sellers do a good job, but a lot of times sellers don't really know what's going on in the marketplace. And that's really where we can help. And that's where our knowledge and experience can help you. So that was a really good question. What's the best tip you can give someone for downsizing? Oh my goodness. Okay, just a second. I got 2 questions that I wasn't expecting. So let me answer one of the questions that came in advance to my live, and then I'll answer the 2 questions that have come in. So this is interesting question, because the question is how do you as an agent continue to work with buyers when they are A, indecisive, or right now when the market is so challenging? And this actually may go into Sue's question earlier. But, I think one of the things is that I am never coming from a place of like, hey, it's a slam dunk. We're going to find a house for you, within the first month, right? And you're more of like a transaction for me. And it's not a situation where every transaction I have, I am so grateful for all the repeat and referral business. But I'm not coming from a place that, I have to have this business. It's an honor to serve my clients. And so whether it takes a month to find a home or 3 years, which there have been situations where, we just haven't found the right place and the right circumstances at the right time and whatnot. So, and it's always about the client, right? It's not necessarily about what my thoughts are. And so just really trying to understand that things do happen, whenever they're going to happen, and time has a way of kind of fleshing these things out. Interest rates, yes, Sue, they have come up. And although I will say that I had someone last year who wanted to wait to buy because the market was a little bit tough to get into. Well, as a result, it has costed them. So I'm not like a fear person. I do feel like the interest rates are going to continue to scooch up. So if you can afford to buy something at this time with these interest rates, I would do that. There are some different financing programs that can help buy down the rate, if that would be helpful, depending on what your long-term goals are. And I also think that we have to, always adjust. So we may not be able to get as much as we wanted, but you just have to adjust. So maybe instead of looking at an $800,000 home, you may want to look at like a $650,000 and change your criteria a little bit. I always think it's still a good time to buy. I think real estate, depending on what your situation is definitely a good asset. It's a good investment. It's a wonderful place to be creative and make a nice nest. So I definitely think it's a good time to buy. It is challenging right now because the inventory is so low, and you really want to get with an agent that can help with a winning contract. And, maybe you don't get it the first time, but if you hang in there and work with your agent, I think you will be fine. So, and then in terms of downsizing, Kelly, I really think one of the top things that you can do for downsizing is, believe it or not, I do think getting together with a professional organizer. I think it's amazing how much time and energy that they can save you, and money. And they are a great resource. And we actually have an amazing professional organizer that we can recommend. And Kelly, I know that you are not local, but our professional organizer can always do FaceTime and do things over the phone, be a good resource, provide checklists and tips, and they are worth their salt, is to have a professional organizer. Oh, hey, Marta, nice to see you. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you. I was up there for just a little bit up in North Country, but I will be back in July. So anyhow, so those are the questions. I really thank you all for popping in and checking it out. And if you're just getting on, Marta, you may want to watch the replay, although I don't think you're going to be selling anytime soon, but there might be some helpful hints in there for you. And thanks everyone for popping on. I will be with you here next week, as I said, from my car, and we're going to be doing a raffle for this nice little gift. And there's 2 questions that you have a choice to answer, and you can send me an answer and I'll put you into a raffle. And one is, the questions are, how did we meet? Would be the question number 1. And then question number 2, what suggestions that you may have for topics on my live. So if you answer one of those 2 questions, you'll get into the drawing for this really nice kind of girly gift bag of facial products and lip gloss and stuff. So, and then last thing I wanted to tell you is we're doing a charcuterie workshop, and it's going to be June 3rd, and it's going to be at my house. It's going to be in my dining room, and so the space will be limited, and it'll be from 3 to 5 on Saturday, June 3rd. So we will be sending out the invite through email, through text, and through our Facebook group page. So look for that invite. It'll be limited to about 6, maybe 7 people. And so look forward to that. Regina Alvear does a wonderful job. I love supporting local businesses, and I love hanging out with you here now on Tuesdays. So thank you so much. If you have any other real estate, health, or home questions, don't hesitate to send me a message. And for some reason, my alarm is dinging over there. Anyways, in the meantime, until next week, thumbs up, lots of love, and keep smiling. Okay? All right. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.